Hello and welcome. In this video, you'll see how Metrics That Matter delivers measurable risk reduction and operational clarity. We'll walk through how your organization can quantify their cyber risk in financial terms, realize risk reduction, model out future state investments, and see how Metrics That Matter converts those technical outcomes into business value the board can understand. Let's get started. Metrics That Matter, MTM for short, was designed to be completely defensible. It is grounded in data science, informed by real cyber insurance claims data, and built on pure mathematics. The story of MTM began a little over 10 years ago. Consortium Networks was originally founded as an information-sharing community for security professionals, with a simple but powerful mission: to bring the technology community together. Over time, we convened hundreds of CISOs and security leaders to openly discuss the challenges they face every day. It was in those conversations that MTM was born. That original crowdsourced group of CISOs consistently raised the same critical gap, one challenge above all others: how to quantify cyber risk and communicate it to leadership in a language they understand, not technical jargon, not fear-based narratives, but dollars and cents. Through years of close collaboration with our clients and ongoing input from the security community, MTM has continued to evolve. What started as an idea has grown into the cyber decision platform you see today, purpose-built to support clearer, data-driven decisions at the executive and board level. With that foundation in place, let's jump in. Let's take a look at the top use cases that have surfaced within MTM. Across organizations, these use cases consistently fall into one core theme: translating cyber risk into business decision-making. At the top, leaders use MTM to quantify cyber risk in financial terms, allowing CISOs to clearly communicate exposure in dollars and cents to boards and executives. That naturally leads into justifying cybersecurity budgets, where MTM provides defensible ROI and risk reduction models that resonate with CFOs. Another major use case is executive-ready reporting, giving leadership a clear, business-level view of risk posture, trends over time, and how investments are performing against risk reduction objectives. We also see strong adoption around modeling the financial impact of cyber events and evaluating future state investments through scenario analysis. As part of this analysis, MTM compares controls across established frameworks like NIST, ISO, and MITRE ATT&CK to understand coverage, effectiveness, and overlap, without treating framework alignment as the end goal. Peer benchmarking further reinforces this by validating risk posture against comparable organizations and industries, strengthening confidence and defensibility in board-level discussions. Finally, MTM supports cyber insurance optimization by connecting control performance, loss modeling, and coverage alignment, ensuring decisions are grounded in financial exposure, not just technical checklists. Together, these use cases show how MTM moves cybersecurity from a technical discussion to a strategic, financial, and executive-level conversation, where tool efficiency and framework alignment naturally emerge as outputs of smarter risk decisions, not standalone initiatives. MTM is intentionally designed to be simple. To create your company profile, you begin by entering a few basic inputs: annual revenue, employee count, location, and your NAICS code, which defines your industry classification. From there, MTM does the heavy lifting. 16 machine learning models analyze more than 350,000 historical cyber breach claims, aligning your organization to relevant peers and modeling the potential financial impact of cyber events specific to your environment. Once your company profile is created, MTM's machine learning goes to work to calculate your inherent risk. This is a data-driven estimate of both the likelihood and financial severity of different types of cyber attacks specific to your organization. That risk is modeled across 16 distinct categories, the same categories cyber insurers use to classify breach events. Your inherent risk score represents a roll-up of all 16 categories and reflects your total potential exposure, assuming no security controls are in place. Put simply, if an event occurred across every category at the same time, this number represents the full financial impact your organization could face before any mitigating controls are applied. Continuing with the configuration, the next step is to enter your security controls. In MTM, a control can take one of four forms: a technology or product, a policy, a process, or a procedure, allowing you to capture the full scope of your security program. This ensures MTM reflects not just the tools you own, but how your security program actually operates. To add a product or technology control, simply click the plus button at the top of the screen and select Add Control. MTM includes a product database of over 6,000 cybersecurity products pre-mapped into the platform. Simply type the product or vendor name to quickly find and select your control. Once the control is selected, we move into defining its attributes. When entering a control, the first step is selecting its category or capability. Metrics That Matter has established 92 control capability categories, and for products already mapped into MTM, these capabilities are pre-selected for you. However, everything is customizable, allowing you to accurately align each control to how it's deployed in your environment. Next, you can enter the cost of the control. This can be the software cost alone, or you can use MTM's budgeting module to capture all associated expenses and calculate the true total cost of ownership. Next, we capture coverage, how fully the control is deployed across your environment. For example, with an EDR solution, if you have 100 endpoints and the control is deployed on 90 of them, your coverage would be 90%. Next, we assess the maturity of each control. In MTM, maturity is measured using the CMMI scale from 1 to 5. If you already have a prior maturity assessment or a strong understanding of where a control sits, you can manually enter a value, including decimal precision, to reflect its current state. If you don't know the maturity of a control, MTM includes an advanced maturity wizard that walks you through a series of targeted questions based on the control and its capabilities, helping you establish an accurate maturity score on the CMMI scale. Now that you've entered the required control attributes to calculate risk reduction, you can further enrich your program with additional data points that support procurement, vendor management, tool ownership, contract renewals, and overall program efficiency. MTM allows you to create custom tags to assign tools to specific owners, teams, or groups, making accountability and reporting simple and consistent. Renewal dates can also be tracked directly in the platform, with automated alerts to ensure renewals are addressed proactively so nothing slips through the cracks. Beyond this, MTM includes additional functionality designed to give procurement and operations teams the visibility and organization they need to work smarter and faster. You can now save the control and add it to your control inventory. And if you're wondering how to capture custom products, policies, processes, or procedures, MTM has you covered. MTM allows you to create custom controls to represent any cybersecurity tooling or safeguard in your environment. By designating each control as a product, policy, process, or procedure, you can easily organize, sort, and manage your control stack with clarity and consistency. And that's it for configuration. MTM is intentionally lightweight, focused on analytics, not heavy workflows or lengthy implementations. To quickly recap, we created your company profile, then entered your controls. That's it. With configuration complete, you can now harness the power of MTM to visualize your risk profile and explore the many use cases the platform supports. Let's take a look. After you create your company profile, MTM's 16 machine learning algorithms analyze your organization against a database of more than 350,000 historical cyber breach claims. This allows you to visualize your inherent risk, the baseline financial exposure, assuming no security controls are in place. This calculation is grounded in real-world breach data and powered by random forest machine learning models that have been trained and refined over more than 5 years by our data science team. MTM is designed to deliver rapid, repeatable, and defensible risk quantification for organizations of all sizes, across industries, geographies, and maturity levels. Once your controls are entered, you can visualize your residual risk, the remaining risk after your controls have reduced your inherent risk. This represents your true risk profile and serves as the backbone of the MTM platform. Residual risk is a living, dynamic data point. As you add or improve controls, additional risk is reduced, giving you an increasingly accurate view of your exposure over time. Your inherent risk remains continuously up to date, reflecting the potential financial impact a breach could have on your organization. MTM's claims database is refreshed monthly with new breach data from peer organizations, ensuring your risk modeling stays current and defensible. Now let's talk about reporting in MTM. There are 2 types of reporting: pre-built reports native to the platform and accessible through the reporting tab, and custom reports delivered through our managed service included with MTM. These custom reports include board-ready presentations, quarterly and executive reports, intelligence reports, and peer insights, each tailored to the needs of a specific audience. I'll show a few examples before we wrap up. First, let's look at the reports available directly in the platform. In the Inherent Risk Report, you can see a detailed view of your inherent risk, broken out across 16 risk categories, giving you a clear picture of your overall exposure. We do the same for residual risk, showing the remaining exposure after your controls have been applied across your environment. One of the first use cases this supports is cyber insurance. MTM speaks the same language as insurers, from risk category definitions to priority control alignment, arming you with real-time visibility into your security program to support risk transfer discussions, reduce premiums, and improve coverage. Here you can view the opposite side of your risk profile and drill into how much risk your security controls have mitigated. While effective controls reduce risk, the relationship between control effectiveness and risk reduction isn't linear. As additional controls are implemented, the incremental benefit of each one naturally diminishes. MTM incorporates this concept of diminishing returns directly into its loss probability calculations. The platform uses a sophisticated model to translate effective control coverage into a loss probability for each attack technique, representing the likelihood that a successful attack would result in financial loss. In simple terms, it quantifies the potential business impact of a cyber event. By accounting for diminishing returns, MTM ensures risk assessments are realistic and grounded in real-world outcomes, helping organizations prioritize investments and allocate resources where they drive the greatest reduction in risk. The Controls Report provides a powerful view of all your controls mapped across MTM's 92 control capability categories, giving you real-time visibility into coverage and gaps. This view also helps surface product overlap, tool sprawl, and opportunities for consolidation or platform alignment, enabling higher-level rationalization and more informed strategic decisions. Now let's take a look at frameworks. While MTM isn't positioned as a traditional GRC tool, it does include powerful GRC capabilities. MTM automatically maps your security controls across multiple industry frameworks. We'll start with the MITRE ATT&CK framework, a knowledge base of adversary tactics and techniques based on real-world observations that helps organizations understand how attackers operate across each stage of an intrusion. Within MTM, your controls are mapped to MITRE ATT&CK categories and subcategories, providing clear metrics and visibility into your coverage and effectiveness against the framework. We carry that same methodology over to compliance frameworks. Today, MTM supports 13 compliance frameworks, all mapped using the Unified Compliance Framework, or UCF. Using UCF allows us to quickly ingest and map additional frameworks you may be using. If a framework isn't listed, we can rapidly add it, including fully custom frameworks, and show clear alignment across your controls. Now let's take a closer look at one. Here you can see NIST 2.0 presented with high-level metrics like overall maturity and coverage. From this view, you can easily drill down into each category and subcategory to see the specific controls mapped to them. This view is designed to give you a fast, high-level understanding of how your program aligns to the framework. We'll revisit frameworks later during scenario modeling, where you'll see how changes to your environment impact overall coverage and maturity across each framework. Now let's jump over to MTM's executive dashboard and walk through some of the key metrics available to you. First, let's talk about peer data and peer comparisons. One of the top use cases we've seen emerge over the past few years, especially for board reporting, is peer benchmarking. Throughout MTM, you'll see peer comparisons embedded across dashboards and reflected in several reporting metrics. These comparisons are based on anonymized data from other organizations on the MTM platform, as well as benchmarks specific to your industry vertical. In addition, we can create custom reports that allow you to get more granular with peer data across a wide range of metrics, depending on the audience or reporting need. This is an example of a custom report where MTM leverages its claims database to analyze organizations with a profile similar to yours. It delivers real-world insights such as average financial loss, the most prevalent and impactful attack vectors in your industry, and the total number of breaches observed. This is just one example of the power of MTM's claims intelligence and the actionable, data-driven insights it provides. Let's talk about historical tracking. From the moment you onboard into MTM, the platform captures trend data over time. This example shows how your risk profile evolves, including inherent risk, residual risk, and loss probability. Here you'll find the Historic Trends tab, which tracks changes over time across key areas like program maturity, cybersecurity spend, overall risk exposure, and threat exposure. This view makes it easy to understand how your program is trending, spot patterns or inflection points, and see the impact of strategic decisions as they happen, helping you adjust in real time, validate progress, and clearly demonstrate improvement to executives and the board. In this reporting widget, you can see key control level metrics at a glance, including your average control maturity. This view also incorporates peer benchmarking, allowing you to quickly compare your maturity against organizations with similar profiles. The widget provides a high-level summary of your control landscape, total controls, total cybersecurity spend, and average cost per control. Together, these metrics offer immediate insight into both the effectiveness and efficiency of your security investments, supporting prioritization, optimization, and executive-level discussions. Within program optimization, MTM provides clear visibility into your cybersecurity investments, showing total cyber spend, the percentage of your overall IT budget it represents, and how much budget remains for future initiatives. That spend is also benchmarked against industry averages, allowing you to quickly see how your program compares to peers. Now for the big one, demonstrating true ROI. This is where many security programs struggle, and where MTM really stands out. MTM directly connects total program spend to the amount of risk reduced, giving you a clear, quantifiable view of investment performance. To make this insight report ready, MTM normalizes the data to show how much risk is reduced for every dollar spent, allowing you to communicate cybersecurity value in clear financial terms. When you can speak the language of the CFO and board, backed by real-world claims data and MTM's analytics, you're able to clearly demonstrate the return on every security dollar invested. Most security teams are managing dozens of vendors and tools, but that information is usually spread across spreadsheets, contracts, and point solutions. It's hard to answer basic questions like, who are all our vendors? What are we actually using from each of them? How much are we spending? And when do renewals hit? Our new Cyber Technologies dashboard gives you a single centralized view of your entire vendor landscape. Instead of tracking tools, contracts, and spend across spreadsheets and systems, MTM brings everything together in one place. You can instantly see every security vendor you work with, the technologies deployed from each vendor, total spend, number of tools per vendor, and upcoming renewal alerts, all neatly organized and visually grouped by vendor with their logos. This makes it easy to identify vendor sprawl, opportunities for tool and cost optimization, and ability to proactively manage renewals before they become fire drills. With just a few clicks, you can generate clean, procurement-ready reports that give finance and sourcing teams exactly what they need. The result is full visibility into your security vendor landscape, better purchasing decisions, and tighter alignment between security, procurement, and leadership, without extra manual work. Have you identified a tool to fill a security gap or replace an existing solution but struggle to justify the budget to leadership? With MTM, you can model future state scenarios, whether adding new technology, improving maturity or implementation, consolidating tools, or enabling new features. MTM's comparison module lets you build the financial and technical metrics leadership and finance teams expect. Within the comparison module, you can create alternate control sets. Each control set starts with your baseline, your current control inventory. From there, you can duplicate that baseline, make edits or additions, and compare current state versus future state side by side. Here, we're creating a copy of the current environment, our default control set, and naming it Future 26. Now we'll add Falcon Complete, a managed EDR offering from CrowdStrike. In this scenario, we're modeling the replacement of our existing Falcon EDR with Falcon Complete, which provides expanded capabilities and deeper coverage. From here, you can select 2 control sets to compare side by side. There's no limit to how many control sets you can model. Customers routinely manage hundreds within their MTM instance, covering products under evaluation, initiatives in flight, and potential consolidations. MTM is designed for scale, allowing you to model as many scenarios as needed without restriction. First, we can show that adding Falcon Complete reduces your loss probability by 10.6%. And next, are you ready for this? We can show that the investment in Falcon Complete mitigates an additional $60 million in risk compared to Falcon on its own. This is where we bring compliance frameworks back into the picture, showing the impact of the modeled scenario across all 13 frameworks supported by MTM. In this case, moving from Falcon to Falcon Complete increases your NIST 1.1 coverage by 16%. In the comparison spend report, MTM breaks down the difference in spend between 2 control sets, making it easy to see the cyber ROI of any initiative. This translates technical security work into clear financial impact, so investments are understood in business terms. Imagine presenting your CFO with a simple, concrete statement. A $200,000 investment reduces $60 million in risk. No technical jargon, just clear, quantifiable impact. In today's environment, ROI drives decision-making, and this is where MTM excels. It enables you to clearly communicate cybersecurity value, justify spend, and support strategic decisions at the executive level. The Comparison Controls report supports that justification by providing a detailed view of the similarities and differences between the two control sets. This makes it easier to secure the budget needed for the tools you know will strengthen your overall security program. You might be thinking, this looks great, but our organization is large and complex. That's exactly what MTM is built for. Using MTM's hierarchical model, you can establish parent-child relationships across subsidiaries, departments, affiliates, or any organizational unit. This gives leadership and security teams clear visibility into how controls and risk are distributed across the organization. MTM also supports composite risk reporting across the enterprise, aggregating risk at every level of the hierarchy. You get a clear top-down view while still being able to drill into specific units, supporting strategic decision-making, resource allocation, and executive reporting. In short, no matter how complex your organization is, MTM makes it manageable, transparent, and actionable. MTM includes features designed to make your security program smarter and more responsive. For example, when a non-technical leader asks, "I just read about this CVE, are we okay?" MTM lets you answer in seconds, not days. Using the Threat Intelligence module, you can quickly see how your program aligns against both new and existing threats. MTM integrates with the National Vulnerability Database, and by entering an event name such as MOVEit, Poison Ivy, or a specific CVE, MTM automatically pulls the associated MITRE attack tactics and techniques. Because your controls are already mapped to MITRE attack, MTM can instantly show your coverage against that threat, highlighting where you're well protected and where gaps may exist. This enables you to respond proactively to emerging threats, communicate clearly with leadership, and make data-driven decisions to continuously strengthen your security posture. MTM also includes powerful data points like stock impact and reputational impact, giving you deeper insight into the potential consequences of a security event. Using historical breach data from organizations similar to yours, MTM estimates how a breach could affect stock price, market capitalization, and overall reputation. The platform applies machine learning to publicly available financial data alongside real-world breach events, combining these inputs to generate actionable insights. This helps quantify the potential impact of a breach and supports informed, data-driven decisions around risk management and investment. In short, MTM doesn't just show where you're exposed, it shows the business and financial implications of that exposure, enabling clear communication with executives, the board, and key stakeholders.